Hello everyone and welcome to week number 5 of the Jegs Race of Champions here. The Watkins Glen International Road Course up in Watkins Glen, New York. We have 14 drivers once again in the JROC. Of course, the qualifying grid is how they stand in points. Right now, your top 14 look like this. It's Blake Maurice on pole. Let's see if we can get a good camera angle. We'll go with this. Blake Maurice on pole, and alongside him is Aiden Burkhart in second. Both of these drivers with wins this season. Row number 2 sits Kalen Nosler and Jay Jefferson. In row 3, Jacob Edson and Ryan Butcher. Butcher in the Jegs in the Crown Royal Truck Series race here was very close at coming away with the win, but a penalty caught him out at the end of that race. Row 4, Diego Yepes and the driver everyone's looking for, Alex Kraft in this number 36. He's a road course specialist. In the tests that we had for the JROC here, the drivers seemed to be flooring it around. They think they have grip, but you'll see a lot of crashes here. This should be probably one of the most crash fest races of the season. But Alex Kraft, the road course, okay. Thank you, you stupid announcer dude. In row number 5, we'll just speed through that. Diego Yepes and Alex Kraft were in row 4. Row 5 is Peter Onjak, Sebastian Kukulon. Row 6, Matthew Brown and Tim Foster, another road course veteran there. In row 8, Zachary DeLello and Carson Bauers. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Thank you to that announcer, but we're going to be going racing here at Watkins Glen. We have all 3 of the road course specialists are sitting outside of the top 7. Alex Kraft starting 8th. Carson Bauers. What's Carson doing? If he's having an issue, we'll restart the race, but I don't think he's having an issue. Tim Foster starts 12th, and Carson Bauers starts 14th, so it's going to be interesting seeing what will happen here. 14 cars, 17 laps at the Jegs Race of Champions race here in Watkins Glen. We'll see who will be able to take the victory. Blake Maurice, Aiden Burkhart are your winners from the last 2 weeks at Auto Club and Bristol. Kalen Nosler won at Dover. Jacob Edson won at Daytona. But you see Jay Jefferson, the only driver starting in the top 5 that is not, does not have a win. He came up runner-up by less than half a car length to Aiden Burkhart at Auto Club, and one of the best finishes of the season. We'll have to see what will happen there, but 14 drivers. It's going to be interesting to see who will win in 17 laps. The champion of the Crown Royal Truck Series this season, Blake Maurice, starting on the front row. Alongside him, his teammate in that series, Aiden Burkhart. These guys all hungry to get back racing. We've had a 2-week delay between the Jegs Race of Champions races, and I do apologize for that. Just a busy schedule coming up for me, but 14 drivers, 17 laps. We're back running at Watkins Glen. We'll have to see what will happen for these laps, as this pace lap is way too long. But Alex Kraft, that is the driver. If I can get a good camera shot of him, there he is in 8th. He is the driver everyone's going to have to watch out for. He'll make the moves. He's an aggressive driver, but he's also the road course veteran that a lot of drivers want on his team. Of course, in the Crown Royal Truck Series race here, he took out teammate Matty Porta for that right into turn 1 after the JRI started on the front row for the first time in history for them. Coming around out of turn number whatever this is. Green flag is in the air. We are racing 17 laps at the Jegs Race of Champions race at Watkins Glen. Aiden Burkhart going to be the one, it looks like, going to lead them down into turn number 1. Blake Maurice does get himself just all alone into second. Side by side, Kalen Nosler's going to get beat by Jay Jefferson there. They're going to head double wide into the S's. Out in front, Aiden Burkhart in second. Blake Maurice third. Now Jay Jefferson fourth. Nosler, Butcher up to 5th. Kraft past Diego Yepes. That's for 7th. Battle further back between DeLello and Bauers. You do not want to go into the inner loop. The bus stop here too wide. It's dangerous here, and with these cars, with their high speeds and lower grip on these cars, too wide through that could send you off, barreling into that tire barrier, but all 14 cars are going to get through all right. Aiden Burkhart going to lead them off of the corner. Maurice second, Jefferson third, and we're racing. All 14 cars still in this event here, coming down into turn number 6 and 7 here at the Watkins Glen Road Course, coming to complete lap number 1 of 17. Should be either a long race or a short race, depending on how many cautions we get, but heading down into turn 1 in that bus stop, you will see many of the impacts there coming between those drivers. Alex Kraft in that 36 already. He picked his way up from 8th to 7th on the first lap. Now he looks to the inside of Jacob Edson. A little bit of muscle there. Contact between the two of them coming off of the corner. That's going to be Alex Kraft firmly into the 6th position. If he can clear Edson into the S's, that he does. Ryan Butcher, another road course veteran here. But look at Alex Kraft powering up the inside. That's going to be a move for the 5th position now. And that 36 car is marching already towards the front. Side by side between the race leaders Aiden Burkhart and Blake Maurice into the bus stop. This is where you'll see contact between the two of them. And they are both sent into the tire barriers. Huge hit between those two drivers. Caution is out here at Watkins Glen. Also, Kukulon, DeLello, and the 00 Matthew Brown all involved. Huge crash here right away at Watkins. Carson Bauers taking a very far gap between there, but now Jefferson has Kalen Nosler all over the back of him. Alex Kraft in that 36 is 3rd. Ryan Butcher 4th. Edson 5th. Yepes 6th. Foster 7th. Bauers 8th. But it looks like Zachary DeLello and Matthew Brown involved big time. Sebastian Kukulon trying to pull that 12 out of the car. Peter Onjak as well. There were issues for the 44. It looks like his day is done as well. But now that's going to be about 8 cars left in this battle. We'll have to see who will be able to pull it off after this. Now we'll go ahead and take a quick replay of what happened to these 6 drivers in the bus stop. The bus stop is the issue here at Watkins Glen, just as we said. So the first crash of the race happens right here. We're going to slow this down. Blake Maurice, Aiden Burkhart, 2 of the drivers, some of the most hated drivers in the field due to their Burkhart-Maurice power and their inactivity compared to Diego Yepes. But Blake Maurice and Aiden Burkhart, they get together, slide right off, and it's going to be a hard impact on the right side. Thankfully, the right side, but Maurice and Aiden Burkhart both pile in hard. Now let's go back a little bit and see what happened here. Now to Peter Onjak. They're going to hit that bus stop, and it looks like everyone just going to lose it. They were driving it in too hard, and they all lose it going through the corner. Tim Foster, look at him wheel that thing through the dirt. I believe there was some oil on the track. They said it looks like someone on the track was leaking oil, but Matthew Brown gets into the wall. Zachary DeLello was actually turned by Carson Bauers, it looks like, into the bus stop tire wall. But that's 6 cars completely totaled here at Watkins Glen. Let's take a look and see what actually happened here to Zachary DeLello at real time. Looks like he gets into the corner. Yeah, and something happened. Oil in the bus stop takes everyone out, but Tim Foster in that 40 car, skillful driving between him and Carson Bauers to get through that. But there is reports that the 11 car, once it hit the 18, something burst on the engine, and the 11 was the one putting down oil heading into the bus stop, and that cost a lot of drivers their chance here. So 6 drivers now will be out of this Watkins Glen race in the Jegs Race of Champions. Let's go ahead and we will get back to the green flag here, with now Jay Jefferson in front, Kalen Nosler second. In third is Alex Kraft, 4th Ryan Butcher, 5th Jacob Edson, and Zachary DeLello is back out on track. Sebastian Kukulon and the rest have pulled it down. Matthew Brown, Zachary DeLello going to continue this race. Green flag is back in the air here at Watkins Glen. Now Jay Jefferson pulling away Diego Yepes now to the inside of his teammate Jacob Edson into the corner. That's a battle for that 5th position. Alex Kraft all over the back now of Kalen Nosler as Ryan Butcher trying to hold off the Monster Motorsports duo back in the 6th position. Kraft almost contact with Nosler, but here comes Alex Kraft in that 36 powering up the inside. He's now into the 2nd position, clears Kalen Nosler, and put Alex Kraft now in the hunt of Jay Jefferson. Tim Foster down on the inside of Jacob Edson. There might be some contact through here. Great job keeping it all nice and clean. Kalen Nosler sends it all the way off the grass, but Tim Foster now back into the clutches of Carson Bauers. There's Matthew Brown, Zachary DeLello, both with heavy damage. Jay Jefferson right now leads, but a road course ace he is not. The driver behind him has won in many open wheel races, but not ever in the NSDCA. Looking for that first win in the Jegs Race of Champions here. Alex Kraft in that 36. What a way it could lock him in to next season's Jegs Race of Champions. Side by side between Ryan Butcher and Kalen Nosler. Butcher powers by on the outside line, and that's going to be Ryan Butcher clear into the 3rd position. Jacob Edson going back after Diego Yepes. Jefferson and Kraft pulling away. Nosler clear into 4th, and now Edson and Yepes battle for that 5th position. Might be some contact there. Alex Kraft going for the race lead into the S's. Here comes that 36 of Alex Kraft on the outside of Jefferson into the race lead. Say hello to Alex Kraft, the former Indy Lights driver. He's now in the lead of the Jegs Race of Champions at Watkins Glen, and pretty predictable there. Jacob Edson now going to look look to the inside of Diego Yepes. We'll see what'll happen there. Edson's going to pull right back in line. But now Alex Kraft, he knows how to drive these road courses. He grew up on them compared to these guys racing ovals. And now already pulling away here in this 36. He's driven at Watkins Glen multiple times before the Crown Royal Truck Series and the Mountain Dew Custom Series. Right now, Alex Kraft starting to pull a gap between him and Jay Jefferson. Ryan Butcher, though, in that 01, he might be a driver to watch that could catch up with that driver in front. Jay Jefferson does not look like will happen. Jacob Edson now, he almost gets out and into the outside wall. Bauers and Tib Foster, those are the other two road course ringers we thought would be a threat today. It looks like they started pretty far back in the pack for them to really get anywhere. Diego Yepes now all over the back bumper of Kalen Nosler. Coming off the corner, you see Carson Bauers diving to the inside of Tib Foster. That is the battle for that 6th position. Tib trying to hang on. Of course, Tib Foster's only career win in the NSDCA coming at Road America last season in the Mountain Dew Custom Series. But Alex Kraft is starting to gap Jay Jefferson in that 21. Can Kraft hang on for the final 10 laps here at the Glen? Jefferson trying to make a move in second, trying to take a different line, but that brings Ryan Butcher up to the back of him. Butcher has almost won at Watkins Glen twice in his career, and only once he's actually made the race victory. Right now he sits in that 3rd position. Kalen Nosler in the 17 back and forth. 5th, Diego Yepes. 6th, Tib Foster. 7th, Carson Bauers. And 8th, Jacob Edson with Matthew Brown 9th, Zachary DeLello 10th. Alex Kraft continuing to lead the field around, but he's going to take it real wide now. Jefferson could bring that 21 back up to him, but Alex Kraft, he's going to drive this race as hard as he can. A road course ringer, he is. And for JRI, he was supposed to be their road course ace with Matty Porta until, again, back in Season 1 of the Crown Royal Truck Series last season. He just floored it into the corner. Him and Matty Porta got together. Alex Kraft in that 36 was traded to AJR Racing, now known as Butcher Gatorade Motorsports. Someone into the wall. Jacob Edson, huge impact into the wall in the S's. Caution is back out, but it looks like someone took Jacob Edson out. Oh my gosh, that was a big hit for Edson, and that will be something interesting to watch there, as now they are slowing him down. They will be slowing him down into the S's. Alex Kraft, though, as we said, no career wins, got traded to AJR Racing, got traded out from JRI, and now he will be joining Sauber Racing Team and their chance in the season in that in the number 7 for that truck as they come around. But it will be Alex Kraft leading us back to the caution flag. We're going to, looks like, have 7 cars left for possibly a 7 lap dash. Jacob Edson, heavy damage to that 10 car. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out this caution. We are under a red flag incident for this huge hit by Jacob Edson. You see Tib Foster and Carson Bauers racing up in front of them, but they're going to head into the S's here. It looks like Bauers and Foster just racing. Someone gets wide out. Foster kind of hits and comes across Carson Bauers. Bauers hits the inside wall up into Edson, and he hits the wall a ton, stopping pretty quickly. And it looks like he is being taken to a local area hospital, possibly with a concussion in that number 10 car. These are safer than the trucks, however. A very fast stop like that would be interesting to see how well that this 10 team can do. Let's go on board with Jacob Edson. So on the roof cam here, this number 10 car, you see Tib Foster and Carson Bauers right up front battling them. They've been single file most of this. So Foster, it looks like, gets a nudge from Bauers, comes right back across, almost make contact. Bauers, a great job, and then hits the wall. Edson piles it in to the wall in the S's. Look at that, GoDaddy.com, a bit of an irony there in that 10 in the 10 car. Of course, GoDaddy is regular sponsor. There it is on the billboards. But Jacob Edson has been taken to a local area hospital for treatment. We'll see what will happen later on in this race. We'll give you guys a further announcement on Jacob Edson after this, but he is awake and alert, and he is fine right now, complaining about some pains in his chest, but that is about it. Coming on through the carousel, we will be going back racing here just with 7 laps to go. Alex Kraft out in front. Jay Jefferson second and third. Ryan Butcher fourth. Whoa, hello. Fourth, Kalen Nosler. 5th, Diego Yepes. 6th is Tib Foster. 7th, Carson Bauers. 8th, Matthew Brown. And 9th, Zachary DeLello. The update on Jacob Edson. It's been about half an hour since that crash. He has one broken rib and a bit of a concussion, but will be able to make it to the next race in the Jegs Race of Champions due to the time gap between that. So Jacob Edson will be injured just for a week or two, resting up in the Monster Motorsports camp, but he will be able to make it to next race. Alex Kraft, Jay Jefferson lead us back down. We're back racing here. Diego Yepes already trying to make a move on the inside of 4th place. Kalen Nosler, that race start's going to be under some scrutiny there, but now Tib Foster making the move in that 40 car to the outside. Jay Jefferson all over the back of him, and now that looks like almost 3 wide into the S's, and it will be Butcher getting attacked by Kalen Nosler. What a battle right there. Tib Foster now up into that 5th position. Kalen Nosler to the inside of Butcher. It might be a freight train heading into the corner there with now Diego Yepes and Tib Foster jumping to the inside of Butcher. Nosler clear into 3rd. Tib Foster will have to see what will happen. And Diego Yepes tried to make it 3 wide into the corner, and he might have just sent Tib Foster. And Tib gets run into the Armco barrier, into the tire barrier. Zachary DeLello comes in with a heavy hit. And now Foster and DeLello will be sat. Both Diego Yepes got into the back of the 40, it looked like, and that could have just taken Tib Foster out of this event. Coming down into the corner, Alex Kraft in that 36 car leading. Jefferson 2nd, Nosler 3rd, Butcher 4th, Yepes 5th, and Carson Bauers in the 6th position. Right now, coming back around to green to catch the yellow flag once again. We said this would be a crash test, but now Alex Kraft back out in front, continuing to lead. Let's go ahead and take a look now to see what happened between Tib Foster and Diego Yepes, if there was contact between the two of them. That was a wild restart right there. Now we're going to slow this down. We're going to look out the back bumper of Tib Foster. There is Diego Yepes in that 77. And Yepes, you see, he tries to make that 3 wide move down to the bottom of the track. He dives it on in. There's no contact between him, but it looks like him and Kalen Nosler, Ryan Butcher is the one that sent that 40 around. And you see there's just no grip out there outside of the tires, and he's trying to get through, and it looks like the tires just lock up and into the tire wall. The 40 car goes. He's going to slide back across the track. Zachary DeLello, nowhere to go. He's going to hit him in the front tire, tried to slow it down. So great job by Zachary DeLello to get through, to not harm Tib enough. Both of those drivers being checked and released. Watkins Glen has been known as a crash fest track, and today it looks like it's being tested right now. Possible, and with an NSDCA test coming up here at Watkins Glen in just a few short weeks, it's going to be interesting to see what will happen between these two. It will. Teams have said that they do not want to run the Watkins Glen test, depending on what happens, how this race went. So it looks like Watkins Glen is going to have to look to try to get some grip in places on this track so that these drivers will not be so destroyed. But coming down, we have 7 cars left. Let's hope we can go green the rest of the way. 7 cars left. We're 13 to 17 through this. We only have 4 laps to go when we go back green here at Watkins Glen. Alex Kraft leading us back down. Can Kraft finally clinch that first win? This could be the final restart of the race. Jay Jefferson's going to have to try to run 7 cars, 6-car shootout. We're back racing at Watkins Glen with 4 laps to go. That's not the right ticker changer. But now Jay Jefferson, he's going to look to the inside of Kraft. Contact. Kraft goes around. Nosler into the inside wall. Alex Kraft gets spun by Jay Jefferson. Matthew Brown in the damage 00. He's into the race lead. Oh my gosh, what a battle right there. Alex Kraft gets dumped, and now Matthew Brown leads. Carson Bauers is there. Look at Kalen Nosler, Jay Jefferson. Now this is going to be a rush down into the bus stop. These guys getting aggressive. Kalen Nosler going to get sent off, and he's going to be stuck the same thing as Tib Foster, and he gets thrown into the tire barriers. Alex Kraft not happy. No caution for it right now. But Matthew Brown in that 00, damage 00, no caution for the 17 team. That's going to be something right there. But now Matthew Brown in the lead in this damage double zero. Carson Bauers up to second. Jay Jefferson back in third. I don't think the fans are too happy with what that 21 did on that restart. They also went 3 wide. Ryan Butcher in fourth. Diego Yepes fifth. Alex Kraft now in sixth. He does have 3 laps to go. Maybe this 36 car, he's not too far back. He might be able to catch them, but I don't think he's going to be able to pass them. This is going to be a different battle right here. And if Jay Jefferson wins this race, will that be up there with what Aiden Burkhart did to Peter Onjak in the Auto Club race, dumping his strongest competitor for the win? But Matthew Brown continuing to lead. That's a surprise here. And right now, Jay Jefferson apparently has some rear end damage, but they are catching Matthew Brown very quickly. Bauers sits second, Jefferson third, Butcher fourth. Yepes going to try to make a move once again. All 5 cars going single file through the bus stop, the dangerous part of the track right there. Carson Bauers through the grass, Jay Jefferson to the outside line. Can Alex Kraft catch him? He was 7 seconds back last time. Matthew Brown in that double zero is slow. Ryan Butcher is going to clear himself into third around Jay Jefferson. Diego Yepes back there in fifth, and there you see Alex Kraft coming off of the carousel back there. It looks like he's running out of time. Carson Bauers down to the inside. He makes some contact with Matthew Brown, trying to get around that double zero. Now here is the battle right here, the crossover between them. Butcher getting shoved out wide, and they make contact. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Matthew Brown blocking Carson Bauers for everything he's got. Jay Jefferson now to the outside. Diego Yepes back down to the inside line. Kraft gained 3 seconds. Now they're 3 wide again. What a battle coming off of the corner. Now Jay Jefferson turns Matthew Brown. Everyone spins. Diego Yepes is in it. Yepes is crawling around. Can Alex Kraft still win this race? He's around everyone. He just has to catch Diego Yepes. Alex Kraft is going to pass Diego Yepes. Kraft back into the lead. Bauers in second. It's going to be a battle between these two, but Alex Kraft might have just gotten the luckiest break after getting spun by Jay Jefferson. Jefferson taking out the double zero. And this will be the race to the finish. Off of the carousel, Alex Kraft in that 36, way out in front of Carson Bauers. Diego Yepes complaining his car has shut off. Jay Jefferson with heavy damage, he drops to third. Butcher as well out of this race. But Alex Kraft in the number 36, not the way we wanted to see this race end, but he's going to come off the corner. Alex Kraft 1 lap, and he will win the Jegs Race of Champions at Watkins Glen. And the fans are so concerned with every driver in this field. These are supposed to be 14 of the best drivers in the NSDCA. And every single one of them has been involved in a crash this race. Watkins Glen is going to be under review. The teams are going to have to look and see what they can do to fix these drivers. But Alex Kraft got spun on that restart, and he's still going to win this race as long as he can come around. Jay Jefferson, those last 4 laps, he was the most hated driver in the field compared, of course, Diego Yepes, always the most hated. But Jay Jefferson, with how much damage that 21 car has, he could be still coming in third. Diego Yepes pulls it onto pit road. His day done. The power shot on that car. Ryan Butcher as well has a loss of power in the 01. Matthew Brown in the double zero having problems. Now Alex Kraft, if he can make these pace laps, he and Carson Bauers will be the only 2 without damage in this field. Oh wait, no, Carson Bauers has rear end damage. Alex Kraft will be the only driver finishing this race without damage. His tire shot. But the 36 team looking to take home this victory. Carson Bauers second, Jay Jefferson third. Can Alex Kraft win in the biggest crash fest we have seen in NSDCA history? Watkins Glen, just a terrifying track right now, but these drivers are saying they want to see something fixed, all of course except Alex Kraft, who is now going on to win this race. We will have the replay of that final lap crash right after this. But coming through turns number 6 and 7. Alex Kraft in that number 36. He has 1 more corner to go. As long as he can make it across the finish line, he wins this race. Coming off of the corner, Carson Bauers behind him. Jay Jefferson's going to bring it down pit road. Alex Kraft will finally get that win. He tastes victory lane and wins the death race at Watkins Glen. Alex Kraft, he spins it to win it. And I guess Jay Jefferson is the driver to Jay Jefferson is the driver that took the win away and then gave it right back to him in that 21. A devastating race. Thank God all of these cars are being funded by the NSDCA and the JROC. So the crash damage does not go to those drivers. Jacob Edson has been released from the hospital. He is back heading to Monster Motorsports headquarters, as all they need to do was patch up, give him a bit of a gauze wrap around his stomach, and give him some proper concussion protocols. But he is back. 2 cars left in this event. Alex Kraft and Carson Bauers at the end. What a battle. What a race. And that's going to go down in the history of the JROC and the NSDCA as a whole. Alex Kraft finally gets to taste victory lane. The road course ringer of the series finally going home to victory lane at the track at the first road course he ever raced. Thank you guys for watching the JROC race at Watkins Glen with Alex Kraft and Carson Bauers being the only ones left. We will take a quick replay of what happened on that caution. I just remembered that. So all of this starts back here. Matthew Brown is out in the race lead. He and Carson Bauers are going to get together, which sends these guys 3 wide into the corner. And it is Matthew Brown in this 00 car who pretty much starts it all. Jay Jefferson trying on the outside line. Look at Yepes dive down. It's a 5-car battle. Butcher throws it 3 wide. And just coming off onto the corner, Jefferson and Brown make contact. Everyone crashes. Diego Yepes, you see, he hits Ryan Butcher there. It looks like it shocked something out of it. And Alex Kraft in that 36 just has to weave his way through the damaged cars onto his way to a victory, and he passes Carson Bauers. Of course, Matthew Brown in that 00 under the scrutiny. He raced aggressively for both of the drivers. And right there is the race-winning move. Alex Kraft passes a slow Diego Yepes. Carson Bauers right behind him. That is the race over. An insane race. A very insane race here at Watkins Glen. And we'll hope that the Glen and the NSDCA can figure out a way to get these guys testing here in a few weeks. Hopefully, they'll be able to find some medium that will prevent those guys from just sending it off the track and sending it in. Whether it be tell these drivers to stop racing so aggressively into that bus stop, or apply some of that grip substance to the bus stop. But Alex Kraft right there, he comes off of the corner. It's his race. Kraft wins at Watkins Glen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.